Hi, my name is Lindsay Fisher, and today we're going to take a peek inside of my classroom. So I teach World History 1. It's co-taught, so I have on-level students as well as special education students and English language learners. One thing unique about my classroom is that my students are from all over the world, which is really great when we're having conversations about things such as the Silk Road, a trade route that spanned from Rome to China over a period of about 1,000 years. So what I want my students to understand today as we explore the Silk Road is the role of trade in connecting people. But what I really want them to do is access their curiosity. What makes them curious and what makes them excited about the world and what do they want to know? I also want my students to be collaborative. I want them to work together to try and find these answers and try and create new knowledge and create new products. And I want them to be resourceful. When they're asking these questions, I want them to be able to find the answers to these questions, which is really a big part of where technology will take its place today. To introduce this lesson, we had them looking at a Google My Maps. So each student would create a spot for their favorite food in their small groups. And this brought up some really exciting conversations. Maggie from Germany had a conversation with a Turkish kid where Maggie said, "My favorite food is doner kebab. It's from Germany." And the Turkish child said, "No, doner kebab is from Turkey." And this brought up an exciting set of questions like, well, how do we know where something is from anyway? Why would foods go over thousands of miles? And began to bring up this question of what is trade and what does it mean in our daily lives. Next, students would look at an Explore section, divided both by geographic area and modality, so students could explore what they were most interested in the way that they were most comfortable. So each section had a listening, viewing, and reading section, and we divided it up among many geographic areas and communities within the Silk Road. As students worked, they would start to ask questions such as what were some negatives or issues with the Silk Road. They would explain what they thought was interesting and also include the link so that when they created their project, they would have a easily accessible sort of bibliography to work off of. Students worked in small groups to explore, create, and share a World's Fair project. This used multiple modalities facilitated by technology. It allowed students to have a lot of choice in terms of their research question, type of product, and topic. This was assessed through a few different forms. First, we had Google Forms in which they did daily progress checks saying what they had learned that day, what they needed help with, and what was their next step. Students would assess each other as they went through a share process of working through the World's Fair. At the end, they would also assess their own learning. What had they learned? How had they learned it? And is it a content thing? Is it learning through other students? Is it learning how to use a specific new tool? Finally, student projects would be assessed on a rubric for quality, creativity, and content. Students not only seemed to get a lot out of the project content-wise, but their reflections show that they had learned a lot about the process of learning, the process of creating, and the process of collaborating. So it seemed like a great success to me. Thank you very much for your time.